G'day, this is Captainoob and this is the TAR-21. This is a highly customizable standalone weapon hailing from the modern Firearms mod, and if it sounds like a little bit I'm under the weather, that's because I am. Anyways, we'll go into these attachments. First of all, we've got the receivers, and the only thing you can change about this is giving it a little bit of a longer tactical rail, so yeah, might as well do that. And of course, we've got barrels here. Right now we've got the standard 18 1-inch barrel there, and that'll give us the best damage and range, although the shorter barrels will probably net you a little bit better hipfire accuracy and VATS efficiency, but we're going for damage and range for this, so we'll leave that as is. Now, this is where you can change the colors of the stock here, so we can make it black, and OD is like a green color. I'll just show that off for a second there. But I do believe the black one looks the best on this. And for the magazines, we can make this go from a 20 round mag, which we've got in now, to a 30 round. You can have a polymer version for better weight, or you can have a 100 round mag there, and that'll increase your ammo capacity exponentially. So you know what, we'll do that. Now, for the iron sights, we've got those right now, and we can put in some little reflex sights. You can go up to the scopes, which include some of these that I've never heard of before, but there's ACOGs in there. Very long rifle scopes. I believe they are attached due to having the extra long tactical rail there, so there's the merit for that. But I want to keep this one nice and simple, just with a holographic airy tech sight there, and we'll make the foregrip match the black chassis of the weapon. Now for the muzzle, we're going to go for a suppressor here. I usually always go for the Phantom one because it looks the coolest, but that'll increase our damage due to Ace Operator, which is decent. You can chuck on a laser sight on this if you feel like it, or a flashlight if you're in your night ops there, so that's pretty cool. Flashlight doesn't really do anything, but it makes the gun look nice and tactical, which is nice. You can change the caliber of this thing. Right now it's got the 5.56 NATO rounds in it. You can make it do a lot more damage with the 6.8 SPC rounds. Not sure what they are. IRL, never heard of them, but they must be a little bit bigger than your standard 5.56s. But that's hitting for 433 on an automatic weapon, so I feel like the 5.56s are quite enough. So you can change the ammo type here. It doesn't really say what it does other than giving you slightly less accuracy with the hollow point rounds, but AP rounds is pretty it's pretty good for where we're actually going to test this thing, so we'll leave that as that. And of course a legendary effect is there if you need it. We've got 283 damage with an automatic weapon. I feel like we'll just be fine, but keep in mind that the people will spawn with modern weapons, which will do equal if not more amounts of damage, so it all balances out. Alright, we'll head over to Immersive Gunners Plaza and test this thing out, and we'll grab a couple of others and see how we go. Righto, here we are outside of Immersive Gunners Plaza again, and this might be a tough fortress to crack because all of these gunners will spawn with modern weapons too, so it's going to be this much damage that I'm doing back on me, which is going to be kind of scary. Since there's a lot of gunners gathered there, we'll just get stuck into those guys nice and early. I'm pretty sure I killed most of them, which is good, so we're off to a good start. Now that reload animation there is why I've neglected using such bullpup weapons from the modern Firearms mod, because yeah, it's a little bit, I don't like the reload animations not lining up for the weapon properly. Seems a little bit on the low quality side, and unfortunately it might stay that way for a while. I was reading up on about the modern Firearms mod, and at this point it seems that it's sort of dead in the water right now. Idle Sheep, the one who sort of started this thing, has sort of walked out on the project, maybe for personal reasons or so. That's some explosives we're being shot at by. Yeah, so I'm not sure how long this mod will be like this before it gets updated with actual animations. So as you can tell, even with this scope, it's a little bit hard to actually zero in your aim sometimes when you've got the gun kicking up in your face. That's a very powerful sounding gun you've got. Yeah, get stuck into him, Bloodbug. Okay, looks like that insect was all of the distraction I needed to help me in this little exchange of bullets here. So we'll just quickly sneak around, maybe whip out our automatic one again, because I don't think using the semi-auto one is going to help me one bit. But there's a lot of gunners up there. Good thing we've got the damage numbers showing us exactly where these guys are. Alright, you gotta go, mate. You're too close to me. Wow, we didn't actually kill him in one. Interesting. Alright, so I did see a bunch of gunners up there. Thankfully, they all wear white baseball caps now, so it makes them exceptionally easy to spot. As you can tell there, if I can just zero in my aim properly, I can quickly get them killed with headshots there. Since that's not full cover there, I can actually dink their heads in a stationary position for them, so that's kind of good. That one survived it, however. Okay, so we should probably fall back at this point there. Although the hip fire on this thing is going to make this thing a nice... Oh, wow, there's a lot of explosives flying around. Yeah, this is going to be tough. But, yep, that's the gunner from the Creation Club. Actually, she's got that Gauss rifle on her, so that's a pretty powerful weapon in and of itself, so good thing she's down. And looks like we picked up a few that seemed to gather around there. Alright, so... Ooh, okay, looks like one of these guys down here has the explosive, so we'll just use some of our 100-round drum just to put suppressing fire down range there, and pray that we hit something. Seems like some sort of cluster bomb launcher at this point, which is kind of crazy. Okay. We seem to be doing okay on health. Wow, where are you going, mate? Yeah, one of these gunners might have made me level up, because I'm pretty sure I had less health than this before. But what have we got here? Got a couple of gunners in there. We can hit through the bushes because we've got the penetrator perk, so why not take these guys out a little bit like that? We'll switch back over to our scoped one because that'll give us a little bit of a better sight picture. Can't hit that gunner, unfortunately. I hear one with a suppressor. There she is. Down you go. And one more. There we go. It looks like we've got just a few left at this point. One of these might be the blood bug because there's shooting for nothing, unless it's all just panic fire nonsense, which it probably is at this point. There's still a bunch of gunners up there that I need to take out, but at least with this, they have no way of detecting me unless they've got someone really close to me. Luckily, the depth thing exists here because I'm able to take these guys out pretty easily using the compass there. It's kind of annoying that they took that away from you on survival, although you can use a recon scope to actually scope things out there, so that makes a little bit of sense. I'm not sure why I didn't hit that guy. Maybe bad hitboxes. These are pretty dodgy trees, to be honest. Okay, so we can use our ACOG to zoom in here. I think we're almost clear at this point, which is pretty great. We'll switch over to a third one here. It's got the smaller barrel on it. And it's got the rapid legendary effect on it too, so we'll be getting a little bit better fire rate, which would make it a little bit better in close quarters. So we've got the 3 in that little area there, which we need to actually unlock. Too bad there's no explosive breaching of locked doors. Maybe that's a feature they'll add in Fallout 76, but until then, well, we really don't know anything. Okay, one gunner there. Oh, you're only a basic, so yeah, you'll go down after a bit, and we'll just quickly pop this open here. Still in danger, but we should be fine to take these out, provided they don't get too many bullets on us. Ooh, you've got a very big weapon there. Yeah, some of these gunners might be overcompensating for something, but luckily we're back into the good old caution, which means we're good to sneak attack crit away. Peek around the corner, and down you go. That was actually a high-powered sniper rifle. No, it was just a moss in the gun, so even if it did shoot me, I think we would have been just fine. To give you an idea of how difficult this is like the 4th or 5th take of this gunner fight there, so yeah, it's not easy. Alright, we'll move into Gunner's Plaza interior and see what we can do. Okay, so taking out gunners with wide open spaces and ability to sneak away from everything is one thing, but what happens when you're in close quarters with these bastards? With a good hip fire on you, you can pretty much not be touched if you've got, yeah, good luck with that sort of thing. So that's only a Mark 1 turret. I don't believe the Mark 1 turrets were altered by the modern Firearms mod, which I feel like they should, just so they can actually be more of a threat as the human NPCs are. I've got no idea how we're still attached to this point. I'm pretty sure we're floating at this point, which is pretty great. And we'll slip down here, and now we can... Hang on, that's just a vanilla assault rifle, that's fine. But if I get one of these guys to open up with their modern firearms on me, you can tell it does quite a little bit more damage. Not enough to make me panic, but enough to sort of offset the whole tankiness of enemies and you in Fallout 4 there. So we'll just keep on taking out these guys, switch over to the scoped one at this point. And there's that reload in first person. Not very impressive, but in the light you can sort of really pick it apart a bit more, but it's a reload animation. It's better than what you'd get out of the vanilla game, so sure, I'll give it a pass. Here, gunna. I've got a treat for you. Oh boy, okay. So one of these guys have got a high rate of fire weapon, and now everyone's detected me. To hell with the semi-auto plan, we'll go full auto again, and die Captain Bridget. Yes, the real me has prevailed again. Very good. Okay, how are we doing with the gunner situation now? We're fading out of danger, good. We might as well just go ahead and kill the rest of these guys, implying I do something different. But I'm pretty sure we can get away with just charging in, even though we just took a 12 gauge shotgun blast to the guts. Did I ever talk about how tanky you are in this game? Oh, that was a nice death animation, by the way. And after this reload there, we can get stuck into that gunner there. What did you have? Yes, just a big old minigun. Yeah, because you can totally carry that around without power armor. These gunners are something else, eh? Down you go. And that is about it for the TAR in Gunner's Plaza there. It certainly did alright, even in close quarters, provided you aren't being overly aggressive. You can still do pretty well with this weapon, even when your enemies are armed with similar power weapons. So yeah, pretty good deal all around there. But you still got some time, might as well run the Gauntlet, test this on some super mutants and see how it does there. Okay, hoping to get some better use out of the scope now, so since that gunner is inclined to stand in one spot, we'll take her out first. Down you go, mate. That one's wearing white for some reason. I thought they were a synth. Maybe. They might have been a synth, who knows. That'd be a kind of cool thing, actually, if like everyone had a 5% chance to drop a synth component. That'd actually explain or sort of illustrate how synths are taking the Commonwealth apart like that. Okay, we'll get stuck into that super mutant. We'll leave alone the rest because, yeah, they're the finale fight. So we could probably ignore these raiders. We'll shoot that one because he's standing in the worst position possible. If you were to have a little raider camp like this, you'd probably want to sort of get yourself in a position of cover. Also, there's another one wearing white there. Maybe that's just like a military uniform retexture that some people have, because the modern firearms mod actually does more than just weapons. There's a little bit of apparel that this thing adds, which isn't compatible with your usual normally CBBE body mods, but yeah, it seems to work just fine there. Do we have an angry bear to deal with? Yes, we do. Looks like he's in his sleepy, normal spot, so down you go. Hitting him for almost 1k. Both of those times will drop him very quickly. So we'll just neutralize the patrol, and you've got no weapons for some reason. But as you can tell there, even the tankiest of the super mutant warlords can be taken down easily with your good old modern weapons there. And we're in a pretty good position to hit everything in this sort of viewing point here, so if we could just get some of these guys to pop out, that would be great. And another basic one over there, he will die quickly. And that suicider finally managed to figure out how to step out the front door, to his detriment, mind, but whatever. That one looks like he's got some sort of M60 on him, which is a cool gun. I've used that before as part of the modern firearms mod. Very nice, even though the reload animations aren't quite up to par. Usually the reload animations on these big gun mods are an afterthought. People just want to add in the guns rather than, you know, really polishing the ones they've got. So in terms of quantity over quality, then this is a really good one for that. And the fact that it's available for Xbox One as well makes it quite a versatile mod, I guess, across all platforms, I guess. Alright, what have we got around here? More super mutants. Now these guys, being as tanky as they are even more of a threat than the gunners are with all of their modern firearms, so we ought to deal with these guys with a little bit more caution. As you can tell there, that super mutant warlord was definitely holding something powerful. We might as well switch over to our automatic one once more, simply because, yeah, our position has been compromised. We're going to need to get better DPS than we get out of our standard semi-auto one. A lot of punishment these guys take, but we take them down quicker than your vanilla assault rifle does, so I guess that makes it a little bit better. Alright, so old mate Dogger was down here somewhere. Take him out. And there's one with a super sledge. That is a laughably bad weapon you could be armed with. And I believe the last one left is a dude who is, I think he's the leader of this place. I can't remember if a named super mutant spawns here under normal circumstances and is replaced by a dude here. Also, you were taking damage for some reason. What did you have on you? A pump action shotty. Probably not the smartest idea to run up to him, but we managed to do just fine there. Okay, we'll get out our one with a little bit higher rate of fire, and we'll take down Gerald there. So just Mario ourselves over the barrels. That was probably the smoothest I've ever done it. And we'll get stuck into this dude right away there. And as he comes a little bit closer, we get a little bit better damage out of this. And thankfully the reloads on this are going to be quick enough to merit a nice and easy kill there. We'll just try to take his head out for more damage. We're almost on the verge of being detected. I'm pretty sure we're in a few bushes right now. And by that logic, we should be less hard, or we should be more hard to detect. So we'll just go through a VAT slideshow of shots there. He should be dead very soon. And finish him off while he's there. And now we have to deal with all of these little friends, which are significantly easy to deal with, provided these guys aren't armed with super powerful weapons. That one's got a Dragon's Breath shotgun and took out quite a lot of health from me. I don't think that guy hit me quite as hard. That one's definitely got some sort of weapon that would be worrying, but since they get a knockdown every so often, that makes them a little bit easier to deal with. And there you have it. That was the Gauntlet run with the TAR-21 of the modern Firearms mod, and it did it just fine. So there you go. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, be sure to check out the description. There shall be a link down there. And yep, also a link to the Captain Bridget companion mod. And if you want to grab her unique pistol that someone asked me to show off, but I'm not going to do that, then there's a little boss mod with Captain Bridget in there. It's the same boss that I usually fight in Gunner's Plaza too. She's got a unique weapon on her. It's pretty good. And I'll link that down in the description too. Thank you for watching, guys.